but site stands for the stream editor. We can say called as a site used to the process the data. So we have the some data in my file. Without open the file, I want to process the data. So we have to go with sed command. So my requirement is I'm having of some data. So I don't want to open that file, but I want to perform the operations like substitute, delete, print, insert. That type of operations I want to perform. Then we have to go with sed command. So we have the different operations like substitute, delete, print, insert. These are the operations present in our sed command. So suppose my first requirement is a replace first occurrence of the Linux with Unix every line. Suppose I'm having a Linux, we have the one file. In that one files, we have the Linux. Suppose we can say call it the Linux is a powerful system. So we are creating the Linux is a open source OS. Okay. So we have to first create the file. So we can already I have connected with my machines. So my requirement is a operating system files. In that operating system files, I want to process the data. So first of all, we have to create the data. So how to create the data? Already we discussed cat command, then cat, then greater than symbol. Then we have to use the file name here. Suppose I'm selecting here the os.txt. So once my requirement is a Linux is a open source. So we are writing, suppose I'm writing the Linux is a open source OS. So once we enter the Linux is a open source operating system, after that I'm entering the many people's are using the uh, for the Linux servers. So I'm entering the second lines also here. So after that I'm exiting these files. So once file data is created not, we have to check here. So how to check it? By using of cat command, then os.txt. You can see here the Linux is the open source of the operating systems. Many people use the Linux for the servers. So my requirement is a first replace the first occurrence of the Linux with Unix in every line. So my requirement is that I want to replace first occurrence of the Linux with Unix keyword. So how to use? We have to use the sed command, sed. Then after that, you have to write the single quote. Then yes, that is called as a substitute operations. Then Linux. Then we have to use the which keyword I want. Linux is a keyword I want to replace with Unix. After that, single forward slash, then I have entered the single quote here. After that, file name here. So you can check here. So Unix is a open source operating systems. Many people use the Unix for the servers. This is my first occurrence. This is my first line. So this is the first row, second row. But we are talking about of the only first occurrence. That is called as a single line. So how many words in the single line? First line we have the Unix, Linux, sorry. In second row we have the also Linux. So we replace it. After that, second, suppose my requirement is replace the second occurrence of the Linux with Unix in the everywhere. So my requirement is changed right now. So I want to add some data. So how to append the data for the existing file? Already we discussed cat command, then greater than sign here, double. After that os.txt. After that I have entered here. So I want to append the data. Which data I want to append? So suppose I'm entering here the Linux is the open source of the OS. After that I'm entering the second line. So that is called as a we can say called as a Linux is a open source. After that, I'm entering here the many people using the Linux for the servers. So I'm using the single lines here. So just I'm creating the dummy data here. You can check here. Can we see or not here? Data is created or not here. You can check here. Linux is a open source. Many people use the Linux. For the Linux is a open source because we are the append the data. So that's why our data is changed here. So my requirement is changed. So I want to replace. So just we are the changing the temporary purpose, just we are the changing. We are not changing permanently here right now. So after that, my requirement is changed here. So after that, I want to perform the operations, replace the second occurrence of the Linux with Unix in every line. So after that, we have enter here, yes, same perform operations. Then I want to change here Unix, then second occurrence. Just you have to enter the second numbers. After that, os.txt. So just I am changing the data for the temporary purpose. You can see in first line, can we see the data change or not here? No, because in already we discussed here, my requirement is a replace the second occurrence of the Linux with Unix in every line. So where we have the second occurrence in my third row. So that's why it changes. You can see here. So my what was the requirement? Replace the second. What was the second requirement? So my requirement is a replace the second occurrence of the Linux. Okay. So after that, of the Linux with Unix in every line. So we have to use the sed command. Then after that, yes, that is called as a substitute. We are changing the only temporary purpose. So after that, we are performing the two here because I want to change the second. So suppose after that, you can check here. So cat command again, you can print it here. You can see here the so my temporary data is removed. Already we replace the Unix because we are changing only for the temporary data. So my requirement is changed. So I want to replace the third occurrence of the Linux with Unix in every line. Suppose I want to change the data. My requirement, third requirement is a I want to change the data. Suppose replace the third occurrence of the Linux with Unix keyword in every line. So how to that one for you can see here we have to create the first data. So do we have any third line here? No, we don't have any third occurrence. So first we have to create the third occurrence. How to create, how to append the data for the existing file already we discussed. Cat, then greater than sign, then os.txt. You can enter the anything here. Just I'm copying here. I'm copying that data. Linux is a okay. Many servers are. I'm using the same data for the dummy purpose. Just after that, I'm adding the third occurrence. So Linux we can say called as a customize. Can customize that. Here after that, my requirement is a added here. You can check here. My requirement is added or not here. You have to enter the cat os.txt. You can check here. My requirement is added here. So I want to change here. So what is the third requirement? Third requirement is a replace the third occurrence. So I want to change the third occurrence. Just you have to enter the third here. You can check here. First row, we cannot see any changes here. In second row, we cannot change any changes here. In third row, we cannot change any here. But after that, we can see the in fourth row, our word is replaced because we already Linux is open source OS. Many people use the Linux. After that, for servers, after that, I have added third line that is called as Unix can be customized. So already we changed the here. So what is the purpose of the substitute? Just we are changing the temporary purpose, the data. So after that, suppose my requirement is changed. Suppose I'm having of everywhere the data cat os.txt. After that, os.txt Linux is open source, meaning all those we have the Linux everywhere. We can see in this data. So I want to replace the uh, my requirement is change here. So my requirement is replace all occurrence of the Linux keyword with Unix. So I want to change all Linux keyword with Unix. So how to change it? So you have to use the same command, but just you have to enter the global, that is called as a G. Global is nothing but we can say called as it's a global. So we are applying that this command to globally. You can change, you can see here the Unix is a open source. Many people are use Unix for the servers. Unix is an open source of OS. Many people use the Unix for the, you can see everywhere our keyword is changed here because we are applied here globally. Suppose after that, first occurrence, third occurrence, first, second occurrence, as per your requirement wise, you can enter the occurrence. But my requirement is changed. I want to apply globally. So just you have to enter the G. That is called as a global. So after that, we have the next command. So suppose substitute Linux with Unix and save change. Save changes in my file. Suppose my requirement is change. So Linux, I want to change that keyword with Unix. So you have to enter here how to, just a minute. I'm writing the requirement, next requirement. Just a minute here. I'm putting here the hash. So substitute. So after that, we already discussed this command. After that, my requirement is here substitute Linux with Unix and save changes in the file. So I want to change my file. I want to change my keyword in the file and also I want to save. After that, you can see the changes in the globally. So do how to do that one operations? You can see here sed command. Okay. After that, you have to enter insert because we are inserting some word here. So that's why I have entered the hyphen I. After that, I want to change Linux to Unix globally. So that's why I'm using here the globally. So in which file? os.txt file. You can check here cat command. After that, os.txt. You can check here. It's applied for the globally and it's changes for the permanently. So that is the substitute Linux with Unix and save changes in the our file. That is called as a insert. That is called as we can say called as a hyphen I. So that is the thing we have done here. So how to replace first occurrence, second occurrence, third occurrence, and globally occurrence, etc. After that, we discussed here replace all occurrences, already discusses. Then after that, we discussed about substitute Linux with Unix and save the permanently data in our file. So after that, just I'm clearing here. So delete the first line of the file. So my requirement is I want to delete the first line of the my file. So what is the first line in my file? You can check here. Unix is a open source of the OS. I want to delete this one. So you have to in first enter the sed command. After the sed command, so insert. So I want to insert that file. After that insert file, earlier we are entering the keyword and after that we are performing the operation. But here I want to delete the first line. There is no requirement for the filtration. Just I want to delete the first line. So first line is nothing but I'm entering the first. After that, I'm using the D keyword that is called as a D um, deleting keyword. So after that, in which file? Txt file, os.txt file. You can check here os.txt file. You can see here we cannot see the Unix is a open source because we are performing the operations on my OS file. So we deleted the permanently first line in my file. So after that, I want to delete the mm, second line. So you have to just perform the same operations here. Just you have to enter the second. I want to delete the nth number. Suppose I want to delete the, we can say called as a no, fifth, sixth, anything. Just you have to enter the number here. After that, you will get the output. Suppose I am entering here the ninth D. Do you have any ninth here? No, we don't have any data in the ninth row. You can check here what is the output here. You can see, do did any perform the operation here? No, because we don't have any ninth row data, so that's why we cannot see any changes here. But after that, my requirement is I want to delete the last line of the file. So how to delete it? You can see here, you want to delete the last line. So you have to enter the dollar symbol. After that, you have to enter the D. Once we enter that one, so you can check here, our last line is deleted or not here. You can see here the, 1 minute guys, I think it's sed command. After that, I think something is missing here. Also, open source. After that, open source, I have deleted here, but still operation is not performed yet. So just a minute. I want to clear this one. After clear this one, so we have to check it. So I want to delete the last line of the file. So let me check catos.txt. So my requirement is the delete the last line of the file. So we have the 3 lines here. So I want to delete it last line. So sed command, after that insert I, after that we have to enter the single quote, then we have to enter the dollar symbol, after that we have to enter the D, then after that os.txt. So you can check here cat command os.txt. You can see here the operation is affected. Earlier we cannot see. So last line we already deleted here. Right now we have only 2 lines because we performed the deleted the last line. Suppose I want to change the requirement. Next, suppose I'm having of one requirement. So suppose I want to delete the third line of the last line. So I want to delete from the third line to the last line. So do we have any data here? No, we don't have any data here. First, we have to add the data, and after that, we have to perform the operation. How to append the data? In existing file, already we discussed txt. So I'm putting some data here, dummy data here. I'm exiting that file. After that, just check here, data is added or not here. You can see here. So my requirement is I want to delete from the third line to the last line. How to do that operations? Sed command, then same thing. We have to insert that line. After that, we have to enter the third because we starting deleting from the third line to the last line. So already we discussed how to select last line is indicate, that is called as a dollar symbol. Then we have to enter the here third, then comma, then dollar symbol. Then after that we have to mention the delete, that is called as a D keyword. After that we have to enter the file name. So you can see here the cat command os.txt. You can see here the I am deleting all those data which are earlier added. So we cannot see here because we deleted from the third to the last. These operations you can perform on your file by using of the sed command. So delete, I want to delete from the 10th line to the 15th line. Just you have to enter the same thing. you have to first add the data because we don't have any right now data. So just you have to enter the 10th line to the 15th here. So you have to enter the instead dollar symbol, you have to enter the that line. So this you have to enter the first line to the destination line. After that, suppose that is the delete operations. After that, I want to add line at the end of the file. So I want to add some data in my file. So how to add this line? Suppose I want to add the data in my file in last line. So my requirement is that I want to add after Unix is a open source. After this line, I want to add some data. So how to add? Say after that insert in that file. So after that we have to enter the dollar symbol, then a symbol that is called as a add. Sorry, not a symbol, that is a keyword. After that we have to enter the data. Suppose I am a test user. So just I am entering the test user. I am a test user. I have entered in which file os.txt. So sed command, insert that file. Then after that you have to enter the dollar symbol. That is the dollar symbol is nothing but we are adding the data in last line. Already we know that how to indicate the last line. So it is the indicate the last line that is called as a dollar symbol. After that I have added here a that is called as a is nothing but it is an adding the data. So after that, I'm forward slash here. So that is called as a, we can say called as a forward slash. After that, you have to enter the data, whatever you want to add the data in this file. After that, you have to mention the file name. So you can see here cat os.txt. You can check here, I am a test user. So you can add anything data. Suppose I want to add the data in end of the file. Suppose my requirement is changed. I want to add uh, in after second line. I want to add the data. So you have to enter the sed command. After that, I just 2i. After 2i is nothing but I'm inserting the data. I want learn DevOps. So just we enter here in this file. So where we are adding the after second line. You can check here. Think we missed something here. os.txt. After that, 1 minute. Sed command. Okay. So you can check here. We are added the data here. Sorry, cat.os.txt. You can check here. I want to learn the DevOps because we are adding the second line because I my requirement is a change. So I want to add some data from the second line. So you can add, you can customize that line, you can add it. Suppose I want to add some data third line, fourth line, you can add. So just you have to enter the number and then just you have to enter the data. Suppose I want to add the end of the file. So end of the line, we can say called as a, so at that time we have to mention the dollar symbol. So these are operations we have to perform. So what is the purpose of the sed command? You have to substitute is nothing but we can change the data temporarily purpose as per your requirement wise. After that, I want to delete the some data permanently. Then you have to perform the delete command. Then we have to perform the, suppose I want to insert the some data, then we have to use the add command. I want to print the data. So last sed command that is called as a print data. I want to print the data which are in my present file. So you have to go with sed command. After that, I'm entering here n, that is called as a, I'm mentioning the, I want to print the nth number, that is called as I want to eh, here print. Suppose I want to print only first line. So os.txt. So first is nothing but I want to print the first line, and that is called as a p is indicate the print in this file. So you have to mention here n is nothing but it's a number. So print the data. You can see here the many people's users are the Unix for servers. You can see here the what is the data we have os.txt. Sorry, I have entered the wrong command here. os.txt. Okay, you can check here. Many people's use. Just I have printed the first line. Suppose after that I want to print the data from the second line to the any number of the line. Any number of the line, it means suppose I want to print the line second line to the fifth line. So how many data we have? First line, first, second, third, fourth. We have the fourth rows data here. I want to print it. First line to the, I want, suppose I want to print the second line to the fourth line. So you can change your number as per your requirement. After that, just we have to enter the second. Okay. After that, just you have to enter the fourth P. Just you have to close that one with single quote. After that, you have to enter the that file. So you can check here. So how many data from the second to the fourth? Just I'm printing here. So second, you can check here. Second, third, fourth. Can we see here the first data, first row data? No, we cannot see any first row data because my requirement is just I want to print the data from second line to the fourth line. That is the my requirement. So that is the thing we have to perform on our Linux. We can say called as a Linux system, operating system. But which command we have to use? Sed command, because we want to perform the op operations on the my data which are present in my file without opening the files. Suppose I want to perform the some operations in my file without opening that file. So just we have to go with sed command. So that is the thing we have to in sed command. After that, we have the next topic. Next topic that is called as a suppose next topic we can say called as a I want to zip the file in Linux. Okay, in Linux systems, operating system, I want to zip that file, particular of the file. Suppose I want to zip the file in my Windows operating system. Just you have to right click and we have to go with compress and archive that one. So same perform the operations we have to do in the Linux operating systems via command. So just we have to enter here. So just I'm clearing here the and just I'm checking the data. What is the data we have? Suppose we have the how many files we have? We have the four files. So that four files just I want to zip. So how to do that one? So we have to go with zip. Okay. So zip keyword here we have to use it. After that, my file. Suppose I'm my file name is a my files. After that, I want to my requirement is a whatever we have the text file, all those files we want to zip. So how to create the zip? We have to use the keyword zip. Then after that, my file name that is called as a my files. After that, we have to enter the multiple files. How many files we have? We have the four files. What are the extension here? We have the txt extension. So that's why I have I want to multiply that file. So that is called as a I'm using here the star. After that, my extension is a txt. So txt is nothing but all files has a txt extension. So that's why I used here txt extension. So but suppose my requirement is a zip file. After that my file names, whatever you have the you want to that file name, so you can enter here. Suppose I want to zip only f1 txt, just you have to remove this one star, then after that remove star one, then you have to enter the just f1.txt. But my requirement is a I want to all zip file which is belongs to txt file, txt extension. So you can enter here, so you can see here the zip name not matched. 1 minute, I think here zip warning we can see name not matched txt extension. I think we should check here zip or not. You can check here ls-l, you can check here. So my files is zip file is created, but we want to check here. So how to check it? So you can unzip that file, unzip that file, that is called as a we can say called as a extract zip files. Then file name, my files. So after that my files name here. So after that my extension here, we have to mention it. So we don't have any replace. You can see here the replace txt because only one file is reflected here. So if you want, because already it is an existing one. Suppose we created a one folder, new folder. I am creating the same new folder in that particular we can say called as a disk. So if we are creating the creating the same folder in that particular disk, so at that time we can see the replace of this file. So same here, we can see, suppose if you want to rename, you can rename that file. We cannot add the duplicate here. We cannot add the duplicates here because if whenever we go with Windows application in Windows, in that also we cannot add the duplicate. So in my hard disk, whenever we creating the duplicate files, at that time it can be either replaced, it can be either rename, it can be uh, suppose we can say no, then it will be automatically we can say called as f1 dot f1 again txt, it will be clear. Same thing here, we can see replace f1 dot txt, yes, no, all, otherwise no, otherwise rename. So it depends on you. Suppose I am entering n here. Suppose I want to replace here new name file here. Suppose I want to replace f2 new f1.txt. You can check here. Also, we want to change also. Yes, I want to change here for the f3 txt. So new f3 txt. You can change anything here. You can change here, replace full stack also. Yes, I want to rename that one. Yes. After that, full stack. Just we are replacing the file name here. We are renaming here txt. After that, inflecting os dot. Yes, I want to rename os dot txt. 1 minute, it's not working. Os dot. Sometimes it's not working. So you can see here the. So you can check here the all files here. f1.txt, new, all those files we can see. How to zip it, how to unzip that file. Extract, we can create the zip file and extract of the zip files also. So we can extract that files. I want to create the zip file. So you have to use the keyword zip, then file name, then extension. Whatever you have the files, you have to mention it. Suppose I want to unzip that file, you have to just enter the unzip file, then you have to enter the that file name. So whatever we have the, you can see here the, we can see the zip files here. After that, we have the next command that is called as a networking command. So networking command. So networking command is nothing but suppose I want to check something www.google.com. Suppose I want to check the www.facebook.com. So in Windows applications, we have to open the our browsers and we have to check the google.com, facebook.com, all the stuffs we have to check it. So same thing, we have to use the we can say called as a networking command. In networking command, we have to use the ping command. So www dot you have to enter the ping. After that, you have to enter whatever you want to check the connectivity working or not. So just you have to check here ping. So I'm pinging here www.google.com. You can see here the time. Then after that, you can check all those stuffs here. We can see here. So suppose I want to exit that one. I'm exiting here. Suppose I want to ping another one www.facebook.com. So it depends on you. Just whatever you want to ping that website, just enter that website name, then you can see the all the results. Whenever we enter the on Chrome browser, you can see the number of search results. So because same thing here, we have the number of records. So we are pinging, and at that time you can see here the my IP addresses, and we can see the all byte data here. Suppose I want to exit, you can exit from that one. Suppose I want to ping the particular of the IP addresses. Just you have to enter the 1.8, then particular of the just I'm pinging to the particular IP addresses. You can see here the IP addresses also. I want to exit from that IP addresses. You can check here. Suppose I want to download the files, some files. So we will see the later on. Suppose I want to zip file. Suppose I want to install the Java zip files. I want to download the from the internet. I want to download the some files from the internet. We have to go with wget command. That is called as a wget command. We will discuss later on. First, we will discuss curl command, and after that, iconfig command. After that, just we have to write. Just we have to enter the curl command. So curl command is nothing but we can say called as I want. So my requirement is it is used to the send to the HTTP server. Sorry, curl command is nothing but it is used to the send HTTP request to the server. That is called as a curl command. Suppose I want to send HTTP request to the my server. So how to suppose we have the one uh, dummy data here. You can just enter the I want we have the some dummy JSON data here. So we have the curl command. Curl is nothing but it is used to the send the HTTP request from our side to the server side, from the user to the server. That is then once we request it to the server, then we will get the some output that is called as a response. So we have to use the curl command. After that curl command, just you have to copy that whatever you want to request to the server. So here I'm having of some dummy data here, https then colon then forward slash dummyjson.com quotes dot random. So we have the dummy file here. You can check here dummy user. Again, whenever we are pinging here, you can check here the every time it will be changed here because we have the dummy data here. You can check here every time whenever we are re- uh, requesting to the server, then we will get the response from the server side that is called as a curl. So if you want to request to the server, then we have to go with curl command. So after that, suppose I want to check the IP address of my machines. So what is the EC2 user? EC2 user is a one of machines. So I'm having of these IP addresses. So you can check here ifconfig, sorry, ifconfig command. So you can check here, you config, yeah, you can check here your IP addresses of the current virtual machine. So just you want to get the IP address of your machines, then we have to go with config command. Ifconfig, that is called as a configuration we will get the configuration of our machines. So after that, we get command. We get command is nothing but I want to download some files from the internet. Suppose we have I want to download some files in my Linux operating system.